Alright, we're back and now we're inside Blender. So let me minimize this. And then we just press A, X and delete. And then press N. So I want to give you my the keys I press here basically. So you can see what's going on and I don't need to tell you every single step. So now I give you this screenshot as well. Let's start by creating 4 different types of like wooden planks. So what we do is we get a cube like so, turn on the snapping here and let's put this one up. So it's here. And let's also do, so cursor is at world origin, this is fine. And then we want to set the origin to 3D cursor. Cursor to world origin. So my mistake. And then we put the origin there. Okay. Now we can measure it. So we need 2 meters. And it is. And then we can just go into object mode. And then we can scale it. Press S and Shift Z. Okay. And then you can scale it on both, like on X and Y at the same time. So maybe we want to have a wooden plank like this. And then we can make it like so. I think this is fine. And then you go into object mode, Control A and all transforms. This is pretty important. After you scale your stuff. You can select everything. Let's press 2 and we want to bevel it. So let's bevel it 3 times. Like so. Let's give it a nice bevel and then shade smooth. And we can already mark the seams. So for UV, basically, I'm always doing this right away when I'm already satisfied with this shape here. I want to cut my UVs first. Otherwise, when you have several types, I'm not going to do that for every single asset because we will just duplicate this. And we need the UV here. So basically, just the middle edge loop here. We just mark those seams. So we select those seams first. And also here, the middle edge, this line, and also this, and this, and this. So make sure there's no gap. You can also toggle X-ray mode, and then you can see everything is connected. Press U, and then mark seam. Press A, U again, and unwrap angle based. Then you can see the UVs. This is perfectly fine. And now maybe we get, let's press 1, we get another one. So we call this one wooden plank 1. Then we just Shift D and click. So the first one we can hide. So now this is the second one we have. And this time we will make this one maybe a little thinner, like so. Okay. Maybe a little more, like so. And then we can just select everything in edit mode and we unwrap this again. Before we do that, because we get an error here, we need to scale it, all transforms. Control A and all transforms in object mode, and then U, and then you can angle based. Do angle based again. And then what you can do, basically, you select this wooden pole, right? So we have 2, this one and this one. And then you can, in edit mode, select everything with A, right? And then you can U unwrap angle based. So this just means that we can create, like we only need like one texture for both planks, and it's not overlapping. So all textures are now aligned perfectly in one UV space. And we can do this for even more. So this is like a wooden plank 2. Let me see. We need 4 different types in 2 meter height. So this means we can hide this. This is our second wooden plank. And then Shift D, click. We can call this one wooden plank 3. And then we scale this down even more. Maybe like so. And then maybe like so. Or I think we should leave it like this. Yeah. Let's only change the x-axis, so it's a little skinny, more skinny. Let's do like so. And we have to be careful here, because if you scale it too much, your bevel will become really weird. So what you can do here, select this one and select this bevel, and then SX and scale it like so. And then at the same time, you can also get this, Shift click this, Control plus, and you can SX and scale it like so. Or maybe more closer together like so, and then you can get this one and scale it like so. Just to make it a little more smooth. Okay. And then we get all those things in object mode. So we select everything, edit mode, press A, and then open up the UV editing, U, unwrap angle based. So now we have all those assets in one UV space, and they are all perfectly aligned. And then we should do another one. So this time, maybe, let's just reveal the first one. Shift D, click, call this one wooden plank 4. And this time we also do a little, so we scale it down on the X. And let's maybe do something like this. And then you can also fix the topology here. You get this one and this, S, Y, and we scale it like so. And then you can also get this one. You click this one, this face, Shift click, and then Control plus, and then G, X, and you move it. Sorry for that. You need to do S, X, and then just do like so. And then you can get this one and this one, S, X, just a tiny bit. Okay. But I believe let's do like so. Let's do a really skinny one. So we actually have all types. And then we can fix now this and this, S, X, put it here. And then we get, I'm lazy, so let's just do like so. S, X, scale it like so. And then we get this, 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 and this. And this one, and this one, and then S, X, like so. And this is fine for me. Let's do auto smooth. 60, 90, okay. I'm just checking. So let's do shade flat, and then shade smooth. Okay, this is perfectly fine. Yeah, get this one and this. We can also just make this S, Y, like so. Good. Control A, all transforms. The third one here, Control A, all transforms. And the second one, Control A, all transforms. And this one, Control A, all transforms. So now we have this one, this, and this. select different versions. So now you can reveal everything, press A, then in edit mode, press A again. And we can just open up the UV editing once again, and then U unwrap angle based. And now we have all those things. And we call this collection wooden planks. Then we make a new collection. We call this one wooden poles. Okay. Let me check. Also 4 different types. Good. So we just hide the whole first collection, and inside our wooden poles we get a new cube. Press 1, increment this snap here, and then we move the origin to 3D cursor. And then in edit mode, you can select everything by pressing A just to make sure, and then S, Shift Z, and then make it like so. Okay. This is 2 meters. I already did check that. Let's just make sure. Yeah, it's 2 meters. It's fine. So, no, this is not what I wanted to do. So we have this one. Control A, all transforms, pretty important. And then in edit mode, Control B. And we also go for, you can scroll up or scroll down. Okay. But we go for 3 loops, like so, 3 loops. And then you can make it like so. Right click, shade smooth. Control A, all transforms. So this should be 1 pole. So this is a little thick, right? We call this one wooden pole. And Shift D, click, hide the first one, and we get this one. Select everything. Oh, sorry, let's delete this one. I forgot something. Reveal the first one. We need to, of course. Let's go wireframe here. Click on wireframe. We need this. This, you can just control click. This is a little faster. And then here, just control click. And here. And then you can control click. Control click, control click. Here and here also. Make sure that you close those gaps. So I always bevel those things with like 3. So I have 3 edge loops on those edges. And then I will always mark the seams like so in the center. But as I said, make sure you have no gaps. So everything is connected. And then you can just press U and mark seam. And then let's just add in object mode all transforms again. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay. Good. And then select everything in edit mode by pressing A, and then U, unwrap, and then angle based. And then you see, again, it's perfectly fine. Now we can Shift D, click in object mode. We hide the first one. This is now our duplicate. We call this one wooden pole 2. And we want to have, let's go in edit mode, S, Shift Z, and we scale it also. We scale it down just a tiny bit. And let's see the shading. It's still smooth. So the shading is good. You can also check the face orientation. So by clicking here, this arrow and then face orientation, it needs to be blue. If it's red, it means the normal is flipped, so the direction goes inside, which is pretty wrong, and then you're also not going to see your mesh. So this is why you always make sure that you face orientate this. Just in case, if this is red, for example, so let me just show you. So this is red. You see, oh my god, so how can I fix that? You need to. You click on this, Alt-N, and flip. Okay? This is how you can fix UV. Everything from the outside needs to be blue, nothing else. Okay, Then we have two versions. Let me, we don't need to fix the UV. It has already UV, right? Yeah. Let's do two more. So then we Shift D and click, hide the previous one. This is now our third wooden pole. And then you can also just S Shift Z. And we'll make another one. And maybe like so. And then you can maybe fix the shading by clicking this inner edge loop and this inner edge loop and then S, Y. So this is how we can get back basically our stuff. You can also, when you press 3, so you always make sure that you're in face selection, you can hover over this area here, press L, and hover over this and press L. And then you can S, Y, just scale it out a little bit. So now you can see it's smooth again. Okay. Let's do like so. Sorry for that. GZ. Can you tell me the reason why I cannot? Because of increments, sorry. This one, GZ, and then like so. And we can also do this here. X-ray, drag select, view, and frame selected. So we focus on this part, and we can move it up a little bit. And then turn off the X-ray, and then you can see the shading is good. So we always need to bevel it. Then Shift D, click, and we have 4 versions, 4. And then we want to also just SZ and make it smaller, but SY and here maybe make it a little wider. Okay, so we have like different shapes. And it's pretty important that we have different, even if it's, almost the same form, but we need different textures. So this is why we reveal all 4 poles, Shift click, and then you can press A to make sure everything is still selected, just to make sure, tap, press A again, so every face is selected, of like basically everything in edit mode is selected. And then you can press UV editing, U, unwrap, angle based. And then you have all 4 types basically in one UV space. So what we can do, we get also this thing here, this wooden plank. So we can select this one and this one. So basically every single thing, or we just press A, go into UV editing. So now you can see it's overlapping. Let's go into the edit mode, press A, and then U, unwrap, angle based. So now we are sharing basically for all 8 pieces, we have the same material slot, so the same UV space. Of course, we need to go at least 2K, because now we need more resolution, of course, but we only have one material, and we can even go up to 4K in this case. And what I want to do is, you can press 1, go into the X-ray, and select those top faces, and also those faces. And then you can go here, select those, and scale it down, like so. And then when we press everything, here, everything with A, pressing A, you can go to UV and pack islands and disable the rotation pack. But I believe this is not really giving us more resolution, right? Let's unwrap again, angle based, everything. No, it's not really giving us more resolution. So, but this is fine. We can, yeah, it's fine. We can use 4K texture and we still have enough resolution, more than enough. Okay, so now this is it. Let's save this. Save as, where is it? So we have Silent Hill terrain, right? And we use this one as Silent Hill modular assets. Okay. So in the next lecture, we will just continue and create those types, those wall types, and then maybe also in the same lecture, we create those concrete walls. Okay.